Hi everyone, I am Garen G. Richardson. I am the Secondary English Language Arts Instructional Specialist for Richmond Public Schools. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. We've been learning a lot this week and I'm hoping that you all are learning at home. I really hope you're following along. And so I want to keep that going today. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And we're going to review what we've been working on this week. What I want you to do is make sure that you get a piece of paper and something to write with, because we're going to have to do some note taking today like we've been doing. So just get your supplies as I get the screen ready. And we will begin Middle School English, Building Bridges for English Language Arts Success. The objective for the week, if you were in the 6th grade, it's 6.5. If you are in the 7th grade, it's 7.5. And if you are in the 8th grade, it's 8.5. And you all have read these this week, so we don't have to spend too much time on this, but just take a glance at your grade to see what you'll be doing for the rest of the week. And today, we will analyze how sentences, chapters, or scenes fit into the overall structure of a text and contribute to the development of the theme. This week, we review characters, setting, plot, and theme. I've given you the definition, and we found examples of those in some of those excerpts that we've read. We've also reviewed the narrative structure, exposition, rising action, climax, fall in action, and resolution. And be mindful that a conflict is the same as a problem. I want you all to know that those words are interchangeable. They mean the same thing when we're talking about narrative structure. And I left you with an assignment yesterday, I believe, and it was regarding the moose encounter and the excerpt from the tracker. And so number 1, 2, and 3, if you look at these, your answers will vary because it's going to be determined by how you felt as the reader, how you interpreted the reading. And so there's no right or wrong answer for number 1, 2, and 3, but I did want to provide the answers for you just in case you needed to know what was correct and what wasn't. But when we get to number 4, after reading the excerpt from Tracker, why can't John stop thinking about his grandfather? The correct answer is John Bourne always hunts with his grandfather, but this year his grandfather is dying of cancer, and that is why he can't stop thinking about his grandfather. Number 5, what is the main conflict in Tracker? And remember, we know conflict is a problem. The main conflict is John cannot stop thinking about his grandfather who is dying of cancer. And then 6, what is the theme of Tracker? What details convey the theme? The correct answer is what I have here, but if you have something similar, that's fine. The theme is that concentrating on a task can help distract you from a problem. In the introduction, readers learn that John is upset because his grandfather is dying. In the paragraphs that follow, he is fully focused on the deer. In the last paragraph, he realized that he hadn't thought about his grandfather for nearly an hour. So that distraction from looking at the deer helped to get his mind off of his grandfather. So that's the theme. And I also asked you all to do a writing response. And I wanted you to do it freely yesterday. I didn't want to give you any parameters. But when we're talking about a response log or a writing response, this is what I'm speaking of. So in the future, when I give you writing assignments, you'll use a writing response log. And a response log is a place for you, the student, to write your reactions to literature. When you read, the writing is informal and it allows you to convey your reading experience, your ideas, or your feelings regarding what you just read. It's a way for you to register your feelings about what you read. It's personal. It's totally yours. The question would be, how should I use the response log? Well, instead of writing freely, like I asked you all to do yesterday, you would engage in more specific writing. For example, you may imagine you are a character in the book and tell what you might have done, what you might have done differently. You could give a character some advice. You could pretend you are a character and write a journal entry expressing that character's feelings about some event in the story. You may write about something you liked or disliked in the story and then tell why. You could also write about what you wished had happened or write about how you felt as you read. You may write about some vocabulary that you learned as a result of the reading. Here are some sentence starters when you're writing in your response log. You could start by saying, I liked, I noticed, I wonder, I felt, I think. This story makes me think of, I wish, I was surprised when. I want you to remember as we're working on our response log, when we think about plot plus conflict plus characterization, that equals theme. All of those pieces give you that message or that meaning that the author is trying to convey. We have to put all of those pieces together before we can even get a theme. All right, let me exit that. So what I want you to do is, I've given you some sentence starters. I've given you the response log and how it's supposed to be formatted. I'm going to ask that you go back to this video and rewatch it and take note of what a response log is and take note of those sentence starters. You're going to need them for tomorrow's lesson, okay? Make sure that you go back to this video and take note of everything that I gave you regarding the reading response log, and you're going to use it tomorrow. Lastly, I want you to read something that you select for 20 minutes, and I want you to respond to it using the response log for 10 minutes. So read something that you select for 20 minutes and respond to it using the reader response log for 10 minutes. So I've given you notes. I need you to copy those. I need you to read for 20 and then utilize your own reader response log to convey what you read, okay? You all have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow.